Put your safety belt on. The driver's seat with Lebang Kgosana.
The beautiful sounds of Trezor featuring Ami Faku. Oh man, that's a nice one. It's called Smoke and Mirrors. Whatever that means to you, let it not go out the window, go in one ear and out the other. Whatever Smoke and Mirrors means to you, do with that information what you will. I'm in studio with someone very, very interesting to me. As you know, outside of being a radio DJ, I'm also a voice artist. Now, if I tell you the uphill of being a voice artist in this country, it's a lot. It is a lot, especially in Cyril's economy when you need more than one stream of income. It's a lot. So please allow me to introduce my guest this afternoon. He has decided that he's gonna, just take it up a notch and really own the space. Like I was just saying to him off air, you know what I like about you is that you're just kind of creating your own thing. You're not waiting for people to come and say, okay, now you've got permission to do this or that. Yeah. You've kind of just decided that my name is Sine and I'm a rock. So Sinemivuyo Mpulu is also known as Sine The Voice Artist. Now he holds the title of the next best voiceover artist awarded by Hisense South Africa, as well as seasoned voiceover artist Weza Matomane. That's a huge deal. He's also the station voice for True FM, and he's recently won the Pat on Brands MC Search and has been selected as part of the top 6 presenters for the South African Social Media Awards MC Search. Now, my bro, that is insane.
Lebang, thank you so much for having me, and hello to the 919 family.
Yeah, man, it's so good to have you here finally. I think for the longest time, I remember just kind of bumping into one of your videos. Yeah. Maybe it was on like TikTok or I don't really know where, but I was so intrigued. I'm like, okay, number one, that is a voice from the gods.
Thank you.
First and foremost. But secondly, like your hunger was just so clear and so obvious. And that's the thing that made me really want to connect with you.
Thank you.
You know what I mean? So when did it all start for Sino? When did you realize that, no, man, this voice can make me a millionaire?
Lebang, thank you so much for having me, and thank you so much for your kind words. I really, really appreciate it. And I was just also sharing with her, Lebang, that I love seeing her on the socials. I love just her hunger as well for the arts and just being seen and out there and having her voice heard.
I got you. You know what it is.
Yeah, I think my journey kind of began long time ago. I feel like even now I'm swimming in a journey that's already been planned for me, only because I found the media space already existing within my family and at home. My mom used to do radio, my dad used to sell newspapers, so that was their fair share.
It's in the blood.
Yeah, so that was their fair share of media and being in the media and being storytellers. And so I guess they've poured their energies and hearts out onto me that I've now stretched out to become exactly, a descendant of their work. So yeah, that's how it all began. But I discovered my voice through dramatic arts in high school. And I did volunteering for radio one day, and all of a sudden I heard voices on air, and I was like, I want to do this.
Yeah.
And here I am today, years later, after having tried it out so many times.
Oh man, and I think like that's also the thing about the game that they don't tell you is that you're gonna have to keep trying things out. You're gonna knock on doors, and they will say no. A lot. A lot of people are gonna say, you're maybe not what we're looking for right now, or like your flavor isn't really what
you're not ready yet.
You're not ready yet. And when they say no, it's not to say that you suck or you're not the vibe, just not right now.
Absolutely. I mean, we've seen countless people who've tried out for opportunities and they've always bounced back. They've always been told, no, this is not the right time, or you're not the perfect fit now. But I think what really matters is how long or how far you can take your fight or your roller coaster of opportunities. How long can you be on that ride? Whether it gets shaky or or bumpy, you just have to stick to the fight. And I think that's one blessing that I appreciate in my space of the arts and just being a creator, the fact that I am able to just go on and go on and go on, only because I know there's something out there for me that's definitely gonna be mine.
Of course there's definitely like the thing that's coming that's clearly just built for you and around you.
And for all of us.
Yeah, no, definitely. We can all definitely eat from this cake.
Yeah.
It's not only for some people and the rest of us must go hungry. Everybody can eat if we all really work hard. And I think what's really cool is that at that point where you feel like giving up, that's where you need to like continue the most.
And the funniest thing is that every single time I felt I was at my lowest, there's always been a job that kind of saves me, inverted commas. So I always feel that kind of, revivement from, or the revival rather, from the jobs. And I feel like, okay, I'm actually spiritually connected to my craft.
100%.
Instead of me just going out there and having this passion and just wanting to be someone with the voice who's heard on multimedia platforms. So yeah, I take it that way. It's that serious to me. And maybe that's why I've pushed this long, I guess. Yeah.
And in your pushing, one of my favorite things about you is that you're kind of serving already. Like, you aren't even really at that place in your career yet, but already so young in your career, you're already giving back. And that for me is such an important thing. Tell us more about the Voiceover Factory. It's obviously the biggest voice work masterclass that happens every single year, and this year the theme is globalizing the African voice. I want to hear all about it. I'm so impressed with it, because as a voiceover artist myself, there's times where I get stuck and I'm like, who can I talk to about this? Like, I feel like Kiwan. And the truth is, I'm not alone, right? There's other artists out there who are also good, who also want to grow in this space, and you have, created the space so beautifully. So tell us more about it.
Thank you so much, Lebang. I think the Voiceover Factory is honestly a response to the lack of community in the VO industry. When I started out, I needed that community. I needed people to kind of help me to find my feet. I needed, the relevant people to talk to, rather. And I felt like it was always us, South Africans, or people within the African sphere, watching videos from the United States. You're watching a video from the other white guy from the United States with an accent that you can't even relate to. So I thought to myself, why not then create a community where we can all rely on each other, where we can, have ourselves the space where we help each other build, where we help each other connect. And along the way, when whereby I've actually recorded for multiple brands, I've actually now drawn my contact list, and I've called all of those people and said to them, guys, I need you to help me out. I need you to kind of please help us train, educate, and empower young African voices. And I feel like access to information is the start of big things, definitely, for everyone.
My heart is literally like overjoyed right now. Just listening to you like talk so passionately about this, because clearly this is your calling, bro. Like, this is like your thing. This is what you're supposed to be doing. And I can't help but feel like the year that I realized I want to be a voiceover artist, I wish I could have, found people like you who are completely about it. My journey in voiceover work, I didn't even know what it was for a very long time. And then I started at YFM, and then there was a veteran that worked there, very old white guy, I love him. And he's like to me, you've got one of the best voices that I've heard in a long time. Have you ever considered voice work? I'm like, what's that? I Googled, and then I was like, okay, cool. And then I asked around, I went to social media platforms, hey guys, who can I talk to about this voice work? And everybody kind of sent me to Weza, like, go to him, he's the guy, Went to him, and he also had like a bit of a training thing, but he also didn't like publicize it so much. So again, it kind of made it difficult. Like, truly, where do I start? Who do I talk to? Who are the people? So for everybody listening right now who believes that they could potentially become a voice artist, who have a voice for this, who think and suspect, maybe people have told you your whole life, it's
the one.
You need to take them up on that challenge. Go and do your homework and find out more about it. So October 5th, it's going down. It's going down at the Wits Seabrook Music Hall. Tell us more about the masterclass. I know that there's 3 categories that you guys have selected. I want to know more. Fill me in.
Okay, so for anyone interested and in Joburg, we have a masterclass on Saturday, the 5th of October, 2024. We are South Africa's leading voiceover community, and on the day, we've got leading names from the media. If I can mention a few, Murray Todd, with over 25 years of experience in the industry, will be there. I can confirm that even Luto John will also be there from 919. We've also got Andrew Sutherland from Big Mouth Studios. We've also got Luvuyo Mpulu from Prime Media. So it's a lot of people involved from these big media spaces. And this week we announce our African Women in Voice Work panel discussion. So 3 categories of voices: voices for acting, voices for radio and TV, voices for news, and 2 special bonus classes that we'll have on the day. And then just after, we'll have a lunch and networking session with all our speakers and invited guests for our VIP delegates.
Oh,
yeah.
This sounds so proper. Like everything is considered. Like everything is.
Now, www.quicket.co.za.
Yeah.
You can also go on to any of our social media platforms, the Voiceover Factory on TikTok and the VO Factory on Instagram.
Yeah.
Click the link in our bio. Tickets from just 250 Rand. And you get an opportunity to globalize your voice, network, and have lunch with some of SA's big names.
Of
Maybe
course.
even Lebang might be there. You never know.
You know, that's called. Look, we're crossing thumbs. We're crossing thumbs, definitely. Like I'm
Absolutely.
saying, this resonates so much with me because when I was your age, dude, I was so hungry for people that are like-minded, that want to do this, but I didn't know where to start.
Absolutely.
And again, my favorite thing is that you didn't ask anyone for permission to start this. You didn't wait. You literally just did it. And
was
you found
needed.
a solution for your own problem. And that's the thing about life. It's just finding solutions.
For every single thing.
Every single thing. If you can find a solution for a problem, you can even start a business based on that
Right
solution.
now.
Like
Right now.
legit.
And for us, it isn't really even a business, but it is honestly a community that we want to serve people through. We want to educate and empower people through. And we've been lucky enough that everyone who's been involved, from speakers to volunteers, it's honestly all free work. So
That's
no one is
amazing.
getting paid.
Sure.
I'm not even making money. I'm not saying buy tickets and I'm going to be a millionaire after and, buy a mansion in Sandton.
I mean, that's not a bad idea. Like, I'm not mad at the plan, though.
Well,
One day is one day.
yeah, we don't want any authorities on top of us. But we're honestly a community that we want people to gain access to only because we believe access to that information is so powerful
It's
and
key.
so freeing. Yeah.
It's key.
Yeah.
Sine, what advice would you give to somebody who is wanting to get into voiceover work, but they have no cooking clue where to start? And this is something that, for whatever reason, I get asked a lot. Like, I'll get a random WhatsApp. I don't even know where people get my numbers. Like, to be honest, I don't know where people get. But I'll just get a WhatsApp. Hi, Lebang. My name is Martha, and I noticed that you're a voice artist. I also want to get into voice.
How do I do it?
How do I start? Who do I call?
Yeah.
And I'm always like flabbergasted because Linda, I don't know.
You
Like
don't know.
I'm clutching at straws. You know what I mean? I'm just like making connections here and there, just putting myself out there. So I always say to them, look, just start recording your voice, download random scripts, and just practice.
Very important.
And then put yourself out there.
Yeah.
So you are on this path. You have, answered the calling of this path. What advice do you have for young and upcoming, maybe not even young, even people that are in their 50s, 60s, 70s, who think they've got the voice? What is the starting point to become a voice artist in South Africa?
I think, Lebang, good question. Besides, people putting themselves out there and recording their voices and getting familiar with their voices and scripts and all of that, the first most important step that's going to take you so far is just being yourself.
Sure.
Don't be another Lebang. Don't be another Sine, and just watch how far it actually takes you.
Yeah.
You are only called to serve at 919 only because you are Lebang,
Sure.
the white guy at YFM who said you've got an incredible voice, one of the best voices he's heard. He only said that only because you are Lebang.
Sure.
So I would say be yourself and lean on it as much as you can. Your persona, your personality is your currency in the media, so it's needed. Don't shy away from it. Definitely.
Yeah. So step 1, be yourself. What's step 2? Like, who do I call?
Step 2.
Don't say Ghostbusters. Please.
Step 2 would definitely be the script finding and the script search, finding your voice. How do you actually take your voice there? With every script is different. There's a different message behind every script, so it's important for you to take your voice there as well. Find what works for you, find what doesn't work for you. Then once you kind of have your niche in hand, you can go and explore, and then maybe later on in the stages of doing that, you can venture into something else, like different kinds of voices and not just one niche, because it's also
Yeah.
important to be very flexible.
No, definitely.
Yeah.
And what about the most important thing as far as becoming a voice artist? You need to find your community. Join the Voice Over Factory.
Absolutely.
Where can we find you guys on
Yeah.
social media? How can we plug in? Like, how often are we linking up? Do we have lunches? Do we have voice parties? Like, I want to know.
So we're like kind of thinking of having such.
Yeah.
You know, obviously not everyone has the kind of money to get into
of course.
a program like ours, but every resources we offer is free. And yeah, you know, we're planning on having parties. We're planning on having those walks at the
Yeah,
park. At the end of the day,
yeah.
we're artists. We're voiceover artists. It's not always about work, but yeah, we're always online. We're on WhatsApp 081 710 3390. The Voiceover Factory on Instagram.
Yeah.
And the Voiceover Factory on TikTok. Yeah.
Yes,
That's where
yes.
you can find us. And we've also got a newsletter that's dropping this October. So we've got quite a lot of things happening. Yeah, at the VO Factory.
I love it. It sounds
you
like
so much.
the VO Factory is doing God's work, like real talk.
Thank you, guys.
Again, if you want to get into this environment, excuse me, and you feel like you've got it going on, you have to look out for the Voiceover Factory. It's an annual voiceover masterclass that's founded by industry veterans Ntombi Meso, as well as Sinemivuyo Mpulu, who's here with us in studio. Now, their mission is to empower aspiring voice artists, and remember that it provides a platform for individuals to unlock their potential and take their voiceover careers to the next level through education, recognition, as well as community building. The Voiceover Factory is poised to make a significant impact in the South African voiceover industry, and I like it for the pirates. Personally,
Thank you so much.
I'm so impressed. I'm so chuffed. I'm going to
We
put you on the
appreciate it.
spot. We have a Transformers script. I'm going to ask you
here.
to read it. Can you see that?
Okay.
There it is.
okay.
Can you see it?
Okay.
Are you ready?
Let's
3,
see. Okay.
2, 1, go. Rock.
Attention all kids and families. Transformers toys are blasting into Burger King. Grab a King Junior meal for only 49 Rand 90 and score a free Transformers toy. That's right, 6 super cool toys to collect, and they're going fast. Don't miss out. Race to Burger King. Power up your meal and transform your playtime today.
Hebana! Hebana!
Yes, sir.
Hired. Hired on
Thank
the
you.
spot. That was fantastic.
Thank you so much.
Hebana.
That was my first time seeing the script. Wow, I'm quite
And
impressed.
it was. I mean, you are a professional.
Thank you.
Dude,
Wow.
we're gonna be with you on the 5th. It's the 5th now.
Yeah, the 5th of October,
We
Saturday,
there like
9
a
to
bear.
3.
Where did you say we can get tickets?
Quicket.co.za.
We're
Yes.
there like a bear. Don't miss out. It is 5 minutes until 4 o'clock. Time just moves when you are doing the things that you need to be doing.
Right.
I'm here for it.
We're bringing you the hottest music and more.
Can do, say I love you better.
Here comes the hot stepper. I'm the lyrical. Yes.
Put your safety belt on. The driver's seat with Lebang Kgosana.